Yesterday I had this crazy idea. I will show you.
In the past, we had this phase that we want to collect some Muumin cups, and we have few of those. This place to storage these cups, it's not very nice, and I want to build something else. And I think I'm going to use also some parts of our old living room table for this build. This wood I'm going to use, it's some kind of hard wood called Akazie, and I just bought it from our local Bauhaus. I try to fit as many cups as possible to this storage, and for this I need some kind of system that I can hold these cups in place. And it should be also quite stable. You usually have this thing where you can hold this cup, and I think it's called ear, at least if I will translate it straight from my home language. I'm going to use it to keep these mugs in place.
This is now going to be the main frame. I'm going to screw these pieces to this wood. Because of that I have to drill holes to every one of them, and I have to use my table drill because that's the only way that I can get it straight enough.
This frame is going to be the main frame, which you can see, and it should be high enough that I can fit all the mugs inside under the glass. This frame is going to be 13 centimeters high. Here I made a mistake that I got those 45-degree angles with my miter saw, and it's not so accurate. I should do it with my table saw, which is much more accurate.
And to build the legs for this table, I'm going to use the same wood. I will just glue 3 pieces together. This table is going to be about 45 centimeters high. So after I glue these, I have to cut these, of course, to the right length. Because these are oiled already, I have to use my thickness planer that I can take a layer away. Here you can see that my cuts are not 100%, and I kind of knew it. It's very hard for me to do these 45-degree angles that it will be 100%. I don't mind it that much, but if I can make it a little bit less visible, cool thing is that in the end you can see only this part. You can't really see this or the other side. Then I can sand it a little bit more around here. I will glue this here. I have to glue these two pieces together like so. These are oiled, so obviously I have to cut with my table saw a piece away, this side and this side. Otherwise this glue won't stick to this oiled part. Then I have to glue these together and try to keep those flat, that it won't bend when this glue is drying. Hello. And finally, again, my favorite moment, finish. This time I'm going to use Lac Vernis, Mahagoni, Seidenmatt, Satin, something. My first time using this, I have no idea how it looks. It's a little bit like teak. It's kind of a little bit reddish tone. I like it so far. Feels pretty strong. Of course, now I have to clean this glue here. This edge here, it's not 100% because for some reason these two pieces are not the same length. Of course, this top part needs some kind of support, otherwise it will bend. So I just cut some 3 centimeter slices and I made a small frame. And this time I used for these 45-degree angles table saw. And the result is so much better and more accurate. And then I just used some screws to attach this frame to this top board. This next part, it's going to be the hardest part of this build. I have to cut a hole which is about this size, actually exactly this size. But first I have to cut a slot where this metal frame is going flush into this slot. I'm going to use my bigger router. I think it's stronger and safer. Might be that I can use this original that's luckily enough to make this big hole. Of course it's not deep enough yet, that's just a test. I think it's pretty good. In this frame there is these kind of strange pieces and these are welded here. I think for me it's just the easiest way to saw some slots here that it will drop down. I couldn't just throw away this leftover round plate, so I used it as a second layer in this table. It is kind of a little bit small, but it looks pretty good.